Now then, YTPC. I wasn't going to do a video today. I was going to take a couple of days off, but there's a couple of things I wanted to do. And as it's chucking it down outside, I thought, why not just do this today and get it done with? So this is a VR for our good friend Dwight, and he's made an absolutely first attempt pipe he's made. Dwight, it's absolutely fantastic for the first attempt at making a pipe. It's just, it's bloody good. Like, I was fair capped. You've done an absolute cracking job on it, Dwight lad. So what he's doing, he's giving this pipe away and he's having a go. And what he's asked us to do is give us our worst pipe experience, or best, or both, or whatever. And I think I've told you this one before. It's when I was a kid, I was at my uncle's. And I was now about 7 or 8 year old, and I thought, my uncle used to go outside to go and to use the toilet, to go around the corner, pee behind the bush, or behind the garage in this case. And I thought it'd be a good idea to get his pipe and keep it going for him. And he come back in, he says, "What's thou doing with that pipe?" Because my auntie was in the kitchen making tea or something like that. I says, "Oh, I just thought I'd keep it going for you, Uncle Tom." "Do you like it?" he says. I says, "Ah, it's all right, this is grand." And I'm puffing and puffing and puffing on this pipe. And my Auntie Margaret came in, she said, "Hey, what are you doing with that?" And my Uncle Tom said, "He's enjoying it, just leave him be." And she sat next to me, and she said, "I think you better give that pipe back to your Uncle Tom now." Apparently the colour had absolutely drained in me. I'd gone from white to green to God knows whatever. And I jumped up, threw the pipe at my Uncle Tom, and I knew I was going to make it into upstairs to the bathroom, and I was hanging on to the kitchen sink, my legs were going and everything else, and I was bad. I was really, really ill. And my mum and dad, I was supposed to be staying there overnight because my mum and dad were at this wedding reception, and my Auntie Margaret was so concerned she had to phone the pub or hotel, wherever they were at, for him to come and get me because I was so ill. And by God, he says, "That lad'll never smoke again." Well, Uncle Tom, you were wrong. But yeah, right, that was my worst experience with the pipe. And then, yeah, because I haven't really had any bad experiences with pipe. I've never had problems with ghosting. I've never had problems. I've had one bad pipe, and that was a. Oh God, what make was it now? I can't remember what blooming make it was now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get up. You know what I'm like. You know what I'm like. I'll remember when I get to the kitchen. I'll remember it when I get to the kitchen. He says. Begins with a B. I know it does. Now you're shouting and screaming at me, aren't you? It was a Ben Wade. I'm not saying all Ben Wades are bad, but that particular one I had was absolutely terrible. All I could taste were briar. It was just absolutely rotten. It was just a horrible, horrible, horrible smoke, and it's put me off buying Ben Wades. And no, never again. But no, that's about it. Right, I can't really think of any really bad experiences like with pipes. The other pipes, there've always been right good experiences with pipes, you know. And I've never really had a bad one apart from that Ben Wade. But bad experience was definitely with my Uncle Tom with that pipe. So if I do win Dwight, you know what I mean, if I'm fortunate enough to get my name drawn, I'm sorry it's not much of an answer to your question, but I just cannot think of a bad experience, like apart from that bad experience with my Uncle Tom's, chuffing out my Uncle Tom's pipe. That's about the only really, really bad experience I've had. So as I say, if I am fortunate to win, I want to pass it on, but I want to do it this way, and I've done what I've done because there's 3 people I really want to thank, because there's a lot of people I want to thank because so many people out there have done so much for me, and I'm trying to do this in the best kind of way I can, because there's so many out there. I'm going to add another one. There's just so many people out there who've helped me over the last few months. And it's going to be, I'm going to stick it to these ones at the moment, because if there's another guy later on, I'll include them. But I want to include Jez Piping, Carolina Rose, and Dickie Labs, Ron, the 3 Musketeers, because they sent me that package. You know, there's Fritz as well. I could make a hell of a long list down, and I'm going to have to include people in other ones later on. But this is what I wanted to do with this one anyway. And what I've done Jez at number 1, Carolina Rose at number 2, and Dickie Labs Ron at number 3. And I've done like a bit of a number cruncher thing to see who it'll get passed on to if I do win. So what? Crazy this, isn't it? What I've done, I put 1 to 3 on there, and whichever numbers comes up, I want it passing on to. So there we go. Number 2, Carolina Rose. So if I am fortunate to win, Dwight, pass it on to Carolina Rose, please. Right, there was a question yesterday from Carrie, because I was showing this pipe. I says how choked up it is. It's absolutely bogged up. Old Faithful. And she was asking, do I rake it out with a knife, or have I got like a tool? And what I've got, Carrie, I've got one of these. It's a senior pipe reamer. And what you've got your jaws, like your cutters on there. I've had to tape that round because there is a ring that keeps slipping off, but I'm going to put some tape around there to hold it on. But you've also got like a little drill bit in there, which you can clean out up here with it like that, you see. So yes, there is a ring around there, like it's a bit like a key ring, but it kept slipping over the top. So what I've done, I taped it on, and it still works just fine. So I'm going to drop you down. Oh, just stopped raining now. So I'm going to drop you down to the table. If you can see there. Got me dish. So if you turn this jaws like that, clockwise, the jaws open out. And obviously close back in. So just insert her in, nice and steady, and just turn around, nice and steady away. It does make a bit of a squeaking noise. Because I can't even get a full flake in this pipe. And it doesn't take much doing. When you got so far down, give her a tap off. Watch. Already we're getting clean. Getting all that. But you don't want to take it right back, you just want to leave a little bit on. Just steady away. And these have gone up in price as well. About £22 when I bought this one. They're about £29, £30 now. Tap off again. Ditch it into your bowl. Check inside, we can still go a little bit more down there. See, that wouldn't even go in to start with. We're up here, weren't we? And now we're cutting in. Some people just ream them out with the knives, but it gets to a point a knife just doesn't cut it. I don't think. And this does it evenly all the way down. Still getting it out. Now we're looking better. Now we're getting in there. Check your depth. You don't obviously don't want to go to the bottom of the pipe, but you can see anyway. If you just keep looking in, turn her up a bit if you're getting a bit slack. It does get annoying that squeaking like, but still go a bit more in there. We're not quite down. So you don't want to take it all off. You just want to. You obviously don't want to go through the bottom of the bowl. We're about there. I bet if you got a budget now, it'd be going crackers by now. But we're there. And then what you can do, if you want to, just to tidy it up a little bit. I have to get up. And I don't want to knock that stuff all over the floor neither. In fact, I might use my granddad's and my Uncle Tom's knife for the daisy for this. Oh, I'm back. You can see on there where it's obviously it's built up. Really, you want to leave it on, but you can take a little bit off just to tidy it up a bit. And I think that knife will be better. Just to peel it off. You don't want to cut into wood, just to tidy it up. Because obviously everything what's on top of that is protecting your bowl top. Just gently shave her off. But don't take it right down to the wood. Just to tidy it up. Because it does protect it. And that me dear, when I've got a rag, what I'll do, I'll give it a rub out with a rag. I'll run another pipe cleaner through it. And then that's a lot better, isn't it? Just look what's come out. Oh, knickers! I knew that was going to happen, but that's why you put a cloth down. But yeah, you can see what's come out. That's why you put a cloth down, and that's why I usually do it in the kitchen. But there you go, Kerry, that's the pipe all reamed out. As I say, I'll run a pipe cleaner through it, and then I'll put some either toilet paper through, just in the bowl, just to give the bowl a rub out, and then give it another go through with pipe cleaner. But yeah, I'll be able to get a full flake of baccy in there now. All Faithful's back up and running. 15 minutes, look at that. But I hope it's answered your question there, Kerry. What do I use? You know, people can use a knife and rake it out, but get one of them if I were you. There's different ones. You can get like different packs with different sizes, like with a key turny sort of thing. Some people prefer them, but these I think are just as good because the jaws open up. As I say, that ring did slip off, but I've just put some tape over the top of that, and it's working fine. So, my dear, that's what I do. That's what I've got, and that's what it comes in. Yep, Senior Deluxe Pipe Reamer. It was about 20. I've had this a while, a year or so now. It was about 22 quid, I think it was, when I got mine. So there you have it. An entry into Dwight's go for his pipe that he's made. Something different to choose somebody to pass it on to. And as I say, just the way it worked. I'd love to thank each and every one of you who's passed stuff on to me. I really would, and I do really appreciate it. But I just felt as if I couldn't pick one without the other. So everybody, you know, it'll work out. I just hope it's fair. All right, guys, have a great afternoon. Great weather here. It's 3 o'clock now. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's raining here again, and as I say, I wasn't going to do a video today, but there you have it. I've done one just for you, Carrie, me dear. So yes, enjoy the rest of your day. The weekend's nearly here. I know Bob said this week was dragging for him, but we're nearly there, Bob. And as always, be kind to each other, because if we're all kind to each other, we all get on, don't we? I'll see you later.